All right. Happy Friday, everyone. Dr. Johnny Kirk here with Fitness Fridays. It is the second episode of season 6, and I wanted to make this episode a shout out to Phil Mickelson. Now, if you know anything about Phil Mickelson, he played at the Masters last weekend. He is 52 years old. He has psoriatic arthritis, and this man took second place and the $1.5 million at the Masters, becoming the leading earner at the Masters tournament and one of the oldest players to ever reach that place. He almost won the whole tournament if it wasn't for John Rahm, which we've made a video about him already too. But this is all about Phil Mickelson's way to be at 52 years old and to have psoriatic arthritis. Now, that is a joint disease. It's a skin disease, but it's a joint disease. It targets the same joints of the back, the spine, the hands, all things that we use on a daily basis and we might complain of. But then there's people like Phil Mickelson who are winning almost tournaments and taking advantage of his life. So here's the thing, Phil Mickelson, if you know anything about him, he's very big at detox. He's very big at intermittent fasting. So that's another incentive to look up for our next detox masterclass if you need more insight. But this is about Phil and being strong. So number one, he's all about the calves, right? Strong calves, strong legs, sustainability and durability. Not so much strength, but being able to do things for longevity. So what you're always going to start off with today's workout, you got to stretch your hamstrings. Hamstrings are super tight on a lot of people. All I have here is a band or a belt. And this type of workout today is going to require you to have really loose hamstrings. So best way to stretch them, in my opinion, is just right here. You know, if you have a knee replacement, you're working on a meniscal injury, this is one of the best things to do because you want to be able to go to like almost a straight 180 degree length here. But what you can also do when you have a band is practice bending that leg all the way and coming back up. Hold it for 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds, but then work on your durability, right? As a golfer, I rotate a lot on this knee, and I might have a knee injury right now, but here's the thing, I want to keep strength into it and make sure my hamstring's not going to overpower that muscle. So obviously, do both legs, feel like you're going to get a good stretch. That's my recommendation for stretching out the hamstrings. Now, we're going to go into the TRXs, right? The TRX bands. These are great because I'm going to do some challenging moves right now, but this is going to allow me to do them. So I have it attached to the door. I'm here. What we're going to work on is single leg mobility and strength, right? So this is called a curtsy squat. You have one leg up, and you just kind of go backwards without your back leg touching, and then come right back up, right? It's like you're doing a curtsy, and you just come right back up here. And this is only possible because I can use this TRX to balance me. So think about anyone who's recovering from a knee injury, anyone who needs like more confidence in that leg. You can do something as easy as this, switch legs, practice both ways, and feel like you can do almost a single leg squat. This is what it comes down to, right? The next thing that, if you know anything about Phil, he talks about strong calves, right? So I have a couple weights here. I'm going to set them up here and kind of make yourself a ledge, right? You're going to put your toes on the edge of this, and your next work is going to be just doing calf raises, okay? Really pointing your toes at the top, letting your heels sink down. This is a great way to increase the mobility and strength of your calves, but then also make sure that your hamstrings are feeling loose. You feel like there's a good posterior chain going on here. You can feel the biomechanics of everything working, and shoot for as many as you can. I mean, if you can do 30, 40, 50 calf raises, you're a strong individual and have really good legs at this point. So single leg squats, calves, hamstring stretches. The last thing I'm going to do is, if you watch his videos, he does a lot of explosive durability drills, right? And so with the yoga ball, what I want you to be able to practice is, starts here, and I'm going to lower this so we can see this a little bit better, but start on your back here, and I want you just to practice rotating this ball side to side. Stretch out your low back, feel like it's going to get a good stretch, control the ball, don't let the ball control you, 10, 20, 30 times, whatever feels easiest. Next though, I want you to practice your glutes, right? Glutes and hamstrings. So you're going to do a bridge. You go here for your bridge, Squeeze at the top, really take pressure off your low back. You should not be feeling anything in the low back here. And this is going to feel more like explosive. I don't feel your hips explode at the top because this is where you get durability and power. Lastly, though, and the most challenging one that I saw Phil do was here. He used the TRX bands, but this is just as easy with the ball. You're here, nice and stable. You lift up and bring your knees in. You go back down. You do a bridge, lift up, bring your knees in, bring the ball back down. Now, this one is a little bit more advanced, but how does Phil Mickelson do it at 52 with psoriatic arthritis, and you can't, right? So realize that it just takes time. There's no excuses, but keep practicing to a point where you can do an exercise like that. And then the other one I like too that he did, which we might be able to do him with the TRX bands here, but he puts his feet in each one, just like so. Oh, well, that broke anyway. So we'll save that one for the next episode. I hope you guys are doing well, staying fit, and enjoying this nice weather we're having. We look forward to seeing you guys at the health center soon. Have a great weekend, everyone.